He's very good at what he does, and it's very sort of Mission Impossible, James Bond, whatever. He meets my character while she's on vacation after a bad breakup with her parents alone in Europe, which is just tragic and sad for her. And they meet and have instant chemistry and connection, and once they sort of fall in love on this trip in Europe, he decides to give up his career as a spy and an assassin and just live a normal life with this woman he's fallen in love with. Cut to 3 years later, suddenly all our friends or neighbors are trying to kill him, and I'm inadvertently in the mix because I was supposed to go on a business trip and didn't. And so now we're running and trying to save our lives and trying to figure out why everyone's trying to kill him. And my character learns that this man that she married and loves is not who she thought he was. Jen, my character is, I kind of love her because she's a little bit geeky, like a little bit nerdy. She's a computer science kind of techno gal, and she's a little bit tragic because I think she's been in a lot of really bad relationships, and the last guy she caught cheating on her with her friend, and they were, pretty serious. So her parents step in to bolster her spirits, and she's really close with her parents, and they do a lot of stuff together. So they go on this European trip where she's supposed to be recovering from this horrible thing that happened, but she ends up meeting the love of her life, and they meet and fall in love in Nice. Ashton, there's so many reasons why he's so great for this role, and my favorite is his comedy and his timing and how sort of genius he is at that. And but a lot of this character actually is not driven by that kind of comedy. So he's got this beautiful balance of the serious, I'm trying to protect myself, trying to protect my wife, trying to, murder people, but with some wit and charm. And he does it so beautifully, and it's really fun to watch and really hard not to screw up takes laughing and trying to be serious Jen when he's funny and witty. It's a challenge. My dad in the movie is played by Tom Selleck, which is kind of a little bit of a dream come true. I love him so much, and I've had like a little teen crush on him my whole life. So it was really interesting to meet him in person and shake his hand and get to know Tom as the person, not the legend. And he is, again, just another really sort of charming, funny, witty guy. My favorite so far scene with him was in France, where we're checking into the hotel we're at, which is a very posh, very sort of snooty hotel, and the concierge starts to speak to him in French, and he just really hardcore cuts him off. I do not speak French. And it was so hilarious, and I don't even know if Tom knew how hilarious it was, but every take I laughed. But again, that's the best part about doing these movies, is being surrounded by people who are so funny, and you just spend your whole day laughing and enjoying yourself. Katherine Heigl, who's, again, I'm just gonna be so repetitive, but super funny. And I literally had to make a choice as my character that Jen finds her mom funny, because I would never have been able to get through a single scene if I couldn't laugh. Because if we had to cut every time I started to giggle, our days would just go on and on. So I had to decide, Jen's gonna think her mom's funny so that I can justify why I'm laughing right now. Robert Luketic is directing this film, and he's, Robert and I had such an amazing and great time doing The Ugly Truth, and had such a great connection, and we became not only a great team to work with each other, but also really good friends. And so to get to, spend my next summer with him was really such a blessing, and I am really grateful, because he's for so many reasons, he's really great for me to work with. He gets me, he gets, my style and how I do things, and he's super respectful of that. I get him and his style and try to be really respectful of that, and he's super fast, which I love. 2 takes and we're done kind of stuff. And again, I just spend so many afternoons and so many days just laughing with him and, enjoying each other. I was really excited about this film because, one, it's Robert Luketic, who is one of my favorite, not only directors, but people. And we just did a film last summer together that we had such a great time on, so I knew, working with him would be dreamy. And I was really excited about working with Ashton. I've heard so many amazing and great things about him as a person, but I also knew that this was a departure for him, and it was a departure for me because I've been doing a lot of romantic comedies, and I love them, and I don't want to tear myself away from them just yet. And so this was a great way for me to kind of get the romantic comedy, but with a slightly different spin, with the action and the adventure aspect of it. I think the audience will really enjoy this film because it's so interspersed, all this action, with the humor and with those funny beats and moments. And it's kind of an outrageous but yet slightly realistic look at marriage and what a marriage can go through, once it starts to settle into that 3-year, 5-year, 7-year itch.